In this quick video, we'll talk about the line segment tool, arc, and spiral tool. And we will do it briefly because we got the Pathfinder tool waiting for us, but that doesn't mean that it won't be enjoyable. Okay, first the line segment tool. To initialize this tool, we can either click this group of tools right here and choose the line segment tool, or simply hit the backslash key on our keyboard. This tool is pretty straightforward. If I click and drag, I'll simply draw a line. And if I shift click and drag, I'll create a line at a 0-degree angle, 45-degree angle, or 90-degree angle, and so on. Of course, if I want to have more control over the line segment tool, I can click anywhere on the artboard to get some more options, like the angle or the length of the line. Well, that's pretty straightforward, right? So let's move on to the arc tool, which, at least in my opinion, is way more exciting. Arc tool sits under the line segment tool and it doesn't have a default shortcut. Now, the way it works is if I click and drag, well, I'll create an arc. And I can create all sorts of arcs, smaller, bigger, well, any arc I want. Now, what's really cool about this tool is that while holding the mouse button, I'll hit the F key on the keyboard. Well, I'll flip the arc like so. Pretty cool, huh? Of course, I can simply click on the artboard to get more advanced features of the arc tool, but we're not going to dive into them right now. I'll leave it for you to explore. I'll clean up my artboard now because I want to move on to the spiral tool. I'll select everything by hitting the combination of Ctrl A and simply hitting the backspace key. Okay, the spiral tool that sits right here under the arc tool can be approached pretty much like the star tool. What I mean is that when I click and drag, I'll get a spiral. But if I press up or down arrow, I'll add or subtract segments like so. I can also hold down the Control key and move my mouse around to change the diameter of the spiral and its overall appearance. And surely enough, if I click anywhere on the artboard, I'll get access to more options I can choose from, such as the radius, the decay, segments, and style down here. So the most important to remember about the spiral tool is that by pressing up or down arrow, we can add or subtract segments, and by holding down the Control key, we can change the spiral's diameter. Okay, so these are all the primary creation tools that you're most likely to use when designing a logo or anything else basically. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at the Pathfinder tool that we already mentioned when recreating the Schlitz logo. See you in the next video then.